Hey all, welcome back. Just gonna get started and we will queue up again. Actually, give me one sec, folks. Sorry, was getting the dog ready. No, come here. You can come sit on my lap. I'm doggy sitting today. So we got this little chatterbox. So we will get started. Let me know audio, everything okay for folks. We'll get going. Welcome back, MTG Joe here. We're doing a live one here on YouTube. Doggy sitting, so I got my friend Duke here. He's going to help play some Magic today while he hopefully stays quiet. But we've been playing Historic, just doing a Mythic run. We've finally got some time, and we've been playing a couple different decks, different configurations of the ring. There's going to be a Historic metagame challenge in the upcoming weeks, so we want to find which shells, which decks work well for us to actually take to the challenge. So I've updated the Rakdos list that I was playing a lot before. A few folks have been playing this, but big additions are the Orcish Bowmaster. Sorry, let me do this again. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Oh, dog. All his hair is going in my mouth. That's not going to work. We can have him on camera. Do Cam. Oh, that was a terrible idea. Alright, let's try that again. Just inhaling all his fur. You just hang out, okay, Duke? Let me get the recording going. Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and Duke. We got the little doggy that we're doggy sitting today. He's going to help me play some Magic as we try to rank up to Mythic for the month. We've been playing a bunch of different Historic decks in best of 3. The Historic Metagame Challenge will be coming up, so we want to give a shot to see what plays best. So we've played a couple different ring decks. We're going to do an update of the Rakdos list that I played a lot of. And the One Ring is ridiculously cracked. Draws you cards, protects you. It's just whoever hits the ring usually wins the game. We're pairing that with Orcish Bowmasters. Whenever an opponent draws anything other than their first card, you get to ping a target, get amass creatures, bunch of value. So I want to start off with this configuration. We got 3 Sheoldreds, and Duke's already off on his way. An Invoke Despair, a bunch discard. I still want to try 2 Blood Tithe. I do like having the early pressure that they could present, while late game cycling with the Blood, or just have you can stack it with Fable the Mirrorbreaker to have removal every turn. Crucius Pile, obviously. And then the sideboard, we're going to just try out a couple different things. So we have Stone of Eric, Aresh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead, which is nice. So for the cat combo with Samwise, it ruins them. You could also sacrifice it to exile their graveyard. Just a bunch of removal, go for the throats. We have Graveyard Hate and Licensors, go blank for Hand Hate, and Graveyard Exile. Peer to the Abyss combos with both the Sheoldred and the Orcish Bowmaster. So this is for like mono green, just to be able to go over the top of some decks. Edicts for like Planeswalker decks. Brotherhood's End of Sweepers, Extinction Event, Sweeper, but also really good against mono green. And then Slaughter Games for combo decks. Invoke Despair for just the grindier matchups. And then Chandra I really like in the kind of controlled matchups, anything with a lot of counter spells. So we are at Plat 1. We did pretty well with the Grixis Wizards deck, so I just want to try out a couple different flavors. The dog has already left us. Sick of our shit. So we'll get queued up again. I actually did a dry run that you're not going to see on YouTube where I had him on my lap and I inhaled all his fur and was hacking along. So that didn't really work. But you'll see the ticker right above my head. We are trying to hit 10,000 subs on the channel. If you enjoy this type of content, meta decks, anything like that, we do a whole bunch of analysis. Subscribing is free, easy, and helps out the channel. So in a meta of Thoughtseizes, we don't love to do that, but that hand wouldn't work. I think we do this. So I think we lead on Inquisition first. So I kind of wish I kept the double Thoughtseize, obviously, but we will take the ring here, I think. So Shieldred punishes more, but then they're going to be able to get onto the ring first. We also don't have lions, which is a bit of a concern. Well, that's just awful. So they're on mono block, and we missed our line drop. So punished. So punished. I just want to see some of the other cards in their deck. We probably lost this. We just didn't hit anything. Aligned would actually be really good. That's really rough. So they're on invokes. They gain a bunch of life. These fatal pushes obviously aren't great, but would have been nice last turn, but here we're basically dead with anything. Bowmaster pings me for 1. I should have just conceded. Our hand didn't come together there, which is a bit unfortunate. So in this matchup, go blanks, go for the throats, invoke, Chandra. Could be the hearse. Doesn't seem too bad. Eat away at their graveyard. I don't think we want Pier. So I usually take out all the discard in this matchup. Probably just bring in the Edict. Call it a day. I don't think we want anything else. Can't really do anything with that hand. Might have been right, keep double Thoughtseize. We hit their Shieldred, but when you don't have spells, you can't do much. So I'm actually surprised that you generally don't want to keep Thoughtseize in. It might be right now because everybody's on the One Ring. They should take Crucius. If they don't, that means they have a removal spell. We just passed the turn here. I could have done this, but it's a little iffy. Might have been right to hold. Oh, come on. Can't do much in that case. Hell of a hand to start. Sacrifices a non-token. This next card's going to be the ring. So now we're kind of forced to do this. We're in a really bad spot. We need the ring on our side. Hive's not terrible, but not great. Like, you can't ask for a better hand. Because now even the ring doesn't work, and we've used a bunch of our removal. Okay. Do this now. If we're racing, it could be relevant. But not finding a Bowmaster of our own. We needed a line there, so line's actually not bad. I gotta kind of try with Hive here. They likely have a removal spell, because like all they've had is removal spells. Because they have shown Invoke as well, so... Because why not? Yeah. Alright. Okay, that buys us a turn. But like, we're dead to Shieldred. I don't have a way to gain life here. Next card! Yeah, they just had it all. So it might be right now, like as we're playing more of these games, to... So we're actually okay if we draw the Shieldred that turn, but... Like, I can't feel too bad there, because they had everything. They had the exact removal where it lined up. That first game we had a tap lined when we needed anything other than a tap lined. So, sometimes Magic's gonna get you. Probably keep this. They're Jingantha. They're mulliganing quite aggressively. Pull the deck list up for folks. If we were on the play, I probably wouldn't have kept this, but on the draw it seems fine. Another land is not what we wanted. Looks like wizards. Holy, okay. Deck, I swear we're good. We're good. Okay, so their hand's also pretty terrible. What do you got? Triple Flames of Anor. So I kind of don't want them to be able to multi-spell. Yeah, that might be the case, Jeremiah. We could go back to it if it doesn't work. Opponent on Flamestron. So I want to bait them here. That's perfect. So we'll get rid of this. And now we got the One Ring, which is great. Their hand's been really bad, so we'll take that. Okay, so Jengantha's gonna come down next turn. Or is it? Probably don't care about the Revolt here. They're on Jengantha, so they usually don't play anything bigger. We can just take the draw. Okay, Shelly's great. Should have it wrapped up now. They do have this one more Flames. But if I bait that out, they might feel inclined to draw the card here. I guess I could, but the thing is they don't have like great targets. That's fine. I'll draw some cards, friend. Okay, we are heavy on those lines. So they could like Arcanist, Reckless Charge, deal with the Shieldred. But it's a lot that they're taking to be able to do so. So Wizards matchup is a kill everything matchup. I usually will take out these. The Extinction Event could be fine. The Unlicensed Hearst is good. Oh, no. Brotherhood's End is good. Probably don't want to Invoke Despair. 3 cards to cut. Crucius is fine. On the play, we don't want Chandra. On the draw, we probably do. Probably take out Kroxa. It's a little slow in this matchup. I do sometimes like having access to the Go Blanks. So maybe just having like a single copy here. Blood Tithe is fine in the matchup. It's not great because it doesn't hit too much. So let's maybe trim the Blood Tithe. We could also just like trim a ring. Do it like that. I like Inquisition because it doesn't hurt us for life and they have like some key creatures we want to hit. For the most part, we want to kill everything that they play. That looks great. Do need to hit a land, but the Go Blank can set them back a bit. And then we have Extinction Event. So we have 2 draws to hit a land. They were on triple Flames of Anor. They could have Wizard's Lightning, just get that out of their hand now. Oh, they missed a land drop. We'll take those. Okay, so I do need a land, please. They are on the sorcery package, which is a little bit worse, because typically, at least we'll kill creatures, but we need to hit a land too. The Fading Hope's relevant to know that they have. They did keep it on top, I think. Have a land. Oh my god. Give me a land. Alright. Well, triple fatal push versus... Okay, so this does get around the draw condition. Seems like they will be digging for a land. Comes into play tapped. They do have an opportunity for Crucius. So I'm actually going to go lesser here because I do want to hit a land. It's obviously not an untapped land, but here if they target Dreadhorde, they could have Wizard's Lightning. Okay, they have the Spell Pierce. So we'll get rid of 2 cards from their hand here. Flames of Anor and Spell Pierce. Probably this. Could just One Ring next turn with that kind of sets them back tempo wise. They're at 10. We've been kind of beating on them. Okay, see Balmor. Okay, this does provide them with some utility. I feel a little worse now, obviously, getting rid of the Extinction event. But now we go for the Throat's great. Couple different options here. I can shock in. Let's attack first. I could hit their hand. Inquisition. I don't think Bowmaster is going to be that great at this point in the game. I also have access to Hive. Oh, that was a good one to hit. And then we have the Brotherhood's End, so if they do something to pump up this... Because now I can just eat like the Flames of Anor from their graveyard with this Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Got him. Okay. This matchup's actually like pretty good for us. We both kind of stumbled there. They took a little bit riskier of a line, obviously, going one-lander. We have the 2. It might have been wrong there to like bin Bowmaster, but like we hit Anor, which is probably their best catch-up card. Now the flip side is they would have Anored, but the thing is they Anor, they get 2 effects. So they kill my Crucius, draw 2. I would have thrown in the Bowmaster to get some pings, but maybe we catch them. Thank you, Chocolate Geek, for the subscription. Up to 9. 48. Closing in on that 10k subs. Waiting on the opponent here. Give me a second. The other dog's calling now. These dogs are conspiring against me. Okay, what's happening, opponent? Where'd you go? Where did you go? Okay, since they're taking their time, I'm gonna go fetch some doggies. Alright, we got the other dog now. Alright, opponent was scared of us. Run it back. Like, the card that some of the lists are playing in the sideboard is Molten Impact. I just don't think... Like, I think you either want instant speed or you want something that could deal with Shieldred. And like Flames of Anor, we'll see. We're at the sideboard stage. They might reconnect, but seems like they got disconnected. So we might steal our way to a win from Diamond. And then once we hit Diamond, we'll switch to Spirits. Give Spirits a go. The worst is like, okay, we just got the victory. We'll take that. So clearly clinical levels of performance there by us. The mere presence of the ring sent a shiver down their spine. What have folks in chat been playing in Historic? Okay. Play first. Sound is great. Keep. You on Wizards. You're on Samwise combo. So you have 2 lands. So I think we... Get rid of the Bowmaster. So they probably Bowmaster here. I'm just going to Fatal Push it. Okay, they just go Samwise. So I think we actually do this. So I know they have the Bowmaster, but now we play the game of them like flashing in Bowmaster. Okay, so they go Tyvar here. So we're gonna do this. So I can decline here. So we'll play the ring here. Draw some cards. So Hive's really good here because I can eat a copy of Samwise. They're going to opt to Coco here. Double Woe's really good here. Gives them a lot of bodies. There's a couple budget decks you can look at. Okay, so we do have Bowmaster, which is nice. I guess the question... So we know they have that in their graveyard. I could take them off both of those, which is nice. So let's eat the Samwise. I make a treasure token here. So they can double block. And then I also have access should I want. So I think we just hold off here. They're going to do their sack, whatever. Because we have the opportunity here to have an instant speed answer, which I think is fine. We know they have Bowmaster, that's fine. I can also just start pinging things. Might have been right to ping, but next turn with Fable, I get the extra ping. I do want to find my copy of Sheoldred, though. So we know they have a Woe. So I do that. They don't have the sack. So we take that out. So they have Priest here.
Too many risks. Your story's not
Okay.
finished yet.
They'll have a Bowmaster to ping here, but that's actually fine. And like they can go Priest here. Okay, so start by doing this. Let's draw some cards. So, draw for turn. I do think we have to do this now. So we hit Sam here. I think we just do this. And then we thought sees the Bowmaster out of them. So they do have a couple opportunities to gain life. They can force us to sack. Okay, so they found the cat. They can sack the cat. They do draw a card, so then I get 2 pings. So I can take the priest off the battlefield. So kill, kill. Okay, so superior Bowmaster deck. So in this matchup, we want the Hearses, the Stone Age, the Slaughter Games, the Brotherhood's End. You can get rid of that. Get rid of a copy of the One Ring. Go Blank's fine. Go for the Throat's fine. I think we take out the Thoughtseizes. We take out the Croxa. Probably a Fable, if I would have to guess. And maybe a Crucius. Just kind of trim along the edges here, because we are bringing in the Brotherhood's End, which does help. I don't like the Edicts here because they go wide. If you want to check one out, amazing. There's the no rare, no mythic affinity deck, like Artifact Aggro. And then even if you only have like 4 to 8 rares, you could update it quite a bit with just Retrofitter Foundry and Esper Sentinel. But otherwise the deck is pretty solid, at least in best of one. Okay, not great. We'll keep. Shelly's good. Stonewalls most of their creatures. They'll have Fatal Push. They might have... I think we have to get rid of that. It's quite the pain. Would love a spell right now. Just something to kind of bridge here. Perfect. So that could be Collected Company. We could just lose this turn. Okay, so might not be the combo. It's close to the combo. So the big thing here... They do get an extra blood token. Okay, so... couple options here. I can get rid of Bowmaster. Bowmaster could hit the Cauldron Familiar. Could hit Zulaport Cutthroat. Could Sheoldred. That stops... I think... I actually have to do this. Okay, found the Fatal Push. We'll draw a card now. Jeremiah, you might get sometimes links in the live chat stop, so just worth noting there. It stops the links. So you might, if you drop it in like the comments of the video, you could find it there. I think we hold off. I'll flip here. Because if I find Brotherhood's End, then I don't really care about that. Perfect. So we'll deal 3 to each creature. We are going to take some damage, so I do need to find a Shieldred sooner than later. So I'll pass the turn. So here, we want to just be mindful because they can bring back a cat. But if I can find Bowmaster, would be good. Okay, so they find a Samwise. So they can bring back the cat. So I can get rid of 2 cats. They bring back a cat. Which is probably fine. Alternatively, I could get rid of Zulaport. Let's get rid of Sam's here. I need to be mindful of what my life total's at. Jeez, I need a Shieldred. So we are pretty close to dead here. Not what I needed. So they likely have found the Bowmaster at this point. Okay, find me a Shelly. Jeez. Okay. Kind of silly. So I don't want to do that yet. I have the Fatal Push, I have the Go for the Throat available. Okay, just need to survive a turn. I can kill this. I have Go for the Throat. This is like a really interesting one. I did miss exiling. So I need to do this because then they make a food token. Yeah, I'm dead. I don't know why they slow rolled. They had the lethal anyways. I had no way to gain life. Let's run it back. Yeah, it's a cool one. We just we needed one more life that game. But we also drew 8 cards and didn't draw Shieldred, which was a little awkward. We draw Shieldred at any point, we win the game. We just outpace them on life. Might have been right to... they had Blood Artist, which was good versus us. It's fine, we're on the play. In retrospect, it's hard to even say that, because we say in retrospect we keep the Shieldred over that, but we needed to dig for a way to disrupt the combo. Okay, so no answer just yet. Still, my all-time favorite deck was the original Mardu Aristocrats. So I'm getting this going in case I want the removal for a Samwise on turn 2. Yeah. Last turn here. Kind of surprised that they just went naked there. So this is likely Bowmaster from their side. So, you usually don't want to be the first to Bowmaster. I could control their board. And then I just want to have one more mana for Shieldred so I could disrupt the combo if possible. A Fatal Push there is good. Means one less. I think we do this, it's fine. Because they have ways to drain my life. So they can't combo me here, so I think we just start putting the pressure on. So I think we attack in nonetheless. They're gonna do the sack, but this way I leave it so they don't get the ability to turn on Revolt on their turn. Okay, they top. So with even if they Coco here, I can kill Samwise in response. So Laporte's fine. I think we submit 0. Like, they can trade here, but they're taking a big chunk. And here I can play around the damage. Would have loved an untapped line just to have the double effect here. But they're getting pretty low here. I mean, I do this now, and then I just eat. So they don't, okay, they get a Bowmaster, which doesn't do anything. And then I get to eat their thing. Now they're still 3 combo pieces off. So we exile that. Oh, they're like straight Coco. Tyvar ties up more of their mana. They do have Coco here. That can help them dig. Priest doesn't really do anything, so it's probably that. Probably last turn. Like, they could Coco again, but they can't beat me through the Coco here. Let's see what they get here. I'll decide how I want to use this Go for the Throat. Okay, so second. So I think we do get rid of a Bowmaster here. So I could draw 2, it gets rid of my Fable. Which probably is fine. Like, if they're targeting my Fable, it's whatever. So I could attack with Sheoldred. They can block with everything. Perfect. So this is actually good for me, because now I get to go a clean Sheoldred. And then draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, we just got him. Locked him up. Get him, got him good. Diamond Gamers. Diamond Gamers. So probably I'll call it for the night. Got some good games in. We got to Diamond. We'll be back. We'll run some more tomorrow. See if we push up to Mythic. But tonight, let's take a quick look at the stats. See how we did. So 3-1, 3-0, 3-2. The Grixis deck felt pretty smooth, as did this Rakdos deck, in all honesty. We're able to pick apart. The counters felt good. I just think not having access to Might, like it might be worth going Jund. You do get worse mana, but having access to Might is really big in that matchup. And I do like just kind of shifting. We could just do Karn, so it's interesting to see how we approach the rest of this kind of build. But I did like these decks today. All in all, we went 9-3, which is a great record. I think anytime you could go 75%, we will take it. Mono blue tempo rook. Give me a sec. I'll pull it up. Best of one, I'm assuming. So in the last week, so in like lower ranks, it's all right, 57%, 53, nothing really showing. So the last week hasn't been too great. It's been doing okay previous to that. So if we look at May 30th, so like the last month, but in like the last week, it hasn't been doing too great. And best of 3. See if it even shows up. Nope, not even showing up right now. So it has like the really odd placement when we look at MTGO, but it hasn't really shown up recently. It's in a little bit of a tough spot. If you like the mono blue, depending on the amount of wildcards you have, kind of the idea with this like Dimir tempo list, there's a couple different versions. Like there's the Flash version. So you got like Fairy Mastermind, you have some Urtais, some counters. Like this version's pretty solid. You see 66%. There's the Birds version with like Aven Heartstabber. So there's a couple different variants. The Dimir list, it's just having answers like both the combination of discard and hard removal goes a long way. The problem is with this mono blue deck, once they get under you, it's really tough. If there is a return to like the Atraxa list, because if we're looking right now for like the last, like Esper Control's been picking up a lot, and it's just like removal spell after removal spell after removal spell. So then you kind of run into it, but I think like having the mix of like proactive, reactive is pretty good. All right, folks. Hope you have a great night. We'll catch you tomorrow. And as always, appreciate the support. Have a great one. Talk to you later.